I am very emotional this morning. It's my brother's birthday, and I'm just straight emotional about everything that is going on with him. I mean, I'm his sister, and so how could I not be connected, right? And nobody's perfect. I'm just, um, I don't know how to change anything. I shouldn't live that way. Like, oh, I could have been better in communicating with him or something, but it's just, I have to, like, get off that low life frequency and rise above, you know. Um, man, everybody's going through something. I'm purging, right? It's negativity, right? I mean, everybody has this thing, kind of bringing them down can, right? Um, mind, right? But no, we need to start having more compassion for ourselves and understanding a deeper thing, because I know that we are being influenced environmentally. Environment is shaping who we are. That's the truth. There's something that kind of says, well, it's coming from your inner being, and it's all you. It's like, no, from the time that you are conceived and you're in the womb now, you're being influenced by the metamorphic field. There's a metamorphic field that I would like to study more just to understand myself. I know what this is now, and that's how, um, you know, you can have an egg and and a bird will form in there, but it has to be sat and warmed by the bird, and that vibration is there. It's 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 a field within a field, and I'm pretty sure that science is onto something really simple that they're not letting us in on, about how that literally our environment, the wave frequencies of things within this realm, um, is shaping um, biological life when it's forming. Right? I mean, it goes along with the thought, the notion of that your thoughts can start impacting your body. The thought waves. Of course, um, I've been talking in contradiction to that, just trying to. There's another way to look at the mind, which is just this interference field. Um, See, I don't really relate with. Um, I don't relate with it becoming unconsciously destructive. We can keep watching it. The way that we react when stress is happening in our life, and me as an Aries rising, terrible. I get mean. I try to I just get mean. I get hostile, and by the time I'm calling out for help and in pain, because Aries is kind of really independent, they are going through something that, like, it's like somebody else would probably have already died, but they're still there going. But they are hardly. Nobody will tolerate our negative side, which is to be completely negative and ballistic. Doesn't really get sad, but gets angry. Of course, there's depression. I mean, I've been dealing with depression since I was like 7 years old. Um, there's other things going on besides for me being an Aries rising. I always talk about that Aries, though. You are your rising sign. You are the sign that was rising when you were born, and that means you have to know the exact time you were born. It's not where the sun was that day, it's where you were that day when you rose, the sign rising at that time on the horizon. Boom, I'm in Aries rising at 6 degrees. And it's the natural placement for Aries in the first house. Getting back to happy birthday, my brother. I don't know how to solve anything, so I give it to God. You know what I mean? The stress, I'm pretty sure I threw in my red alert. I need help from people. We need to come together in February. I was really just, that's when I just tipped over, I think. And ever since then, I can't regulate. Um, it's bad art. I'm not regulating my emotional output, or whatever, very well. Um, it's because of the starvation. And when I don't know, it's like, okay, so I have an eating disorder now. Where is this coming from? Okay, but I don't. You just watch it. I love eating, to tell you the truth. So, the thing that I am is I am highly disciplined, and it could turn on me. I could just, my mind is, of course, very powerful. We control our experience of is this traumatic or not through our minds, because that's where the trauma is coming from. Is it's our mind that can't handle it, because it's supposed to be a certain way and I'm used to this. And I don't talk about this much, but you can get into, I say, removing the mind so much where it's just your imagination, right? I would say more, it's removing your connection to the mind and its rationality, I guess. And you can just start using your imagination, whether it's good or bad. But check this out. People are sitting in vats of cold water, like ice cubes, and they can handle extremes better than other people by way of just hypnotizing themselves and saying, this is a jacuzzi. This is a boiling pot of jacuzzi. I know this, and I like it. And they're really sitting in mostly ice. And most average human beings would go into hypothermia and shock because they're fully into it. They're like, shite! This is near freezing, and they say it's actually good for you just to, do that. Yes, shock your senses. Getting back to my brother and his birthday, and the poor guy who was and is, everybody is and was. Let me take a bite. I have some really good potatoes. Trying to make ourselves comfortable in this realm, and as an Aries rising me, I'll let you know, you don't make yourself comfortable, babe. Look, is this comfortable enough for you? I have a fucking pan in my lap with a heat pad underneath, and you better just force feed your fucking self by 8:30, because you have to get out and use your body, get the right energy and do shit, and you're not going to be fucking saying, I'm going to stay comfortable. There is a level of comfort that you're achieving. It's not comfort. It's more like satisfaction in being. Strength, maintaining your constitution somewhat. We know we're all not going to survive here, babe, man. We are being onslaughted, and you better be better with your mind, right? Thanks for listening to this. It's a really sacred day. It's a sacred day for me. It's my brother's birthday, but I realized this is a sacred day. 10/10. It's the same day that Mahatma Gandhi was born. And everybody knows that this is a sacred day. My thing is, it's terrible because my brother and I, we weren't really tight in communications. Like I have gone 25 years without receiving any, hey, it's your birthday, Shauna, happy birthday. Really, it's a fucking wonderful time to come and see me on my birthday because I'm a farmer and everything is being pulled up and I'm holding up and I give you. I am somebody who says, you know what? Birthday Smirch Day. Why don't we share gifts of ourselves every single day? My birthday is actually the day when I just um stop receiving gifts. I kind of do the, I just say, well, it's too late now. You know, don't give me that shit now. Stop, and then we'll get back onto this tomorrow. Please be present every day about people's gift giving and receiving the things we need. On my stupid birthday, here I am for the first time, and people don't realize this. Just fragmented minds out there. They're not really reality oriented. Reality is the space, and if there's a tally mark, it says, well, actually, Shauna went 25 years without even eating a fucking birthday cake. I love when people make a big deal about my birthday. Who doesn't? Right? But I don't sit there and say, I got to do this, you know, and it's going to be, and I put so much $10,000s of dollars in it, and I'm going to have such placemats and fuck all that fake shit. If you're, by the time you're doing that, you are a worthless piece of shit. What are you doing? Do you have anything to offer us? Because by the time I'm on my birthday, I'm like, God, I would love to share myself. Look at this garden and I can play music and I would love to cook for you and sure, bring a cake, but what was the recipe and can I make it a little better and let me share that with you too? That's just who I am. If you're gonna celebrate fucking people on their birthday, why don't you do their astrological chart and look at it and say, Jesus Christ, you were born with a fucking stellium in Libra like this, 369, 26, 28, Mercury-Uranus conjunction, along with the moon trine, all of that, and the sextile Neptune trine ascendant? Do you realize what's going to happen next? Talk about a fucking birthday! You're going to have 3 in your life! The biological birthday is nothing, and that's what you're celebrating with the solar return. It's like, who cares? Do you know that you progressed into the fuck? I'm a progressed Gemini rising now. It's totally different. It's almost like, woo. I need to take care of this mental nervous energy. I need to ground more. This is crazy because I never felt this before. A totally different life. It's like, I can't. I need to start typing more. Really, I'm into words. Words came up, word fanaticism or something, looking into mathematics. And it's like, don't mind me, this long ass text that reads like a book. I am just supposed to write something. That's Gemini. It's just, I'm supposed to log it in. Could get a job doing something like that. I'm not really a typer, though. I can't really find it like the typers do, and they look away and they start typing. Not really, even though I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know what those keys are, but I'm still typing. The little letter is worn off of them. It's all of the, I'm sure it's STRLNE, you know, all of the most important fucking word letters that we use is missing on my keyboard. And it's like, if you don't know that by now, that's what God is saying, then you're not going to be any kind of transcriptor or whatever. I don't know, babes. Why do we need to type if we can do texting and then go back and start altering and saying this is the, I really like writing because you can slow down. People don't realize it's like you need to start writing each other because you're talking shit. That's all. But if it's talk texting, then you have the filter of somebody else's message box altering your words. That's what's going on. It's like you have to bring the conversation up. If somebody's always talking about SpongeBob, your conversation in their box is going to be altered into SpongeBob. Watch out, even if you're spelling it. This is what the program is for me. You have a special psychological fucking testing going on through your cell phone or whatever, and your PC. Disgusting. They want you using the cell phone. That's why PC is just fucking useless. It's gone away from, I want to hang it all up and just see what goes on in the next 12 years because that's what I did when it first came out in the 1990s. I had a boyfriend who was a fucking computer programmer. He was right on top of IBM when they were coming up with what is called bulletin boards. It's a green screen. That's all it was. You hooked the phone modem into it, and people were chatting on this green screen. This was in 1992. It was definitely there. It was definitely up and running. When by the time my boyfriend and I broke up, a weird person, by the way, computer programmer. He's sticking with that. Um, I was visiting still visiting, seeing it come up. The chat rooms, of course, there's the sex box chat room, and then there's the chat room about anything and everything, right? There's just different sections. Very raw. No, it was just green lettering, and you're reading and typing, and I loved going on there, just being a psycho, you know what I mean, or whatever, as usual. But it's just entertainment to me. I'm thinking, but really, I thought about it. I remember it dawned on me when I was in the little place under. It's like a little. It's the Elvis house that we were in. I said, this is amazing because people don't know that I'm way up in the mountains on the edge of the wilderness, and this is where I was. The next thing was Tahquitz Rock, and then in the mountains, and it's like, this is great because nobody knows. Everybody needs this, especially if you're in outer space and you're in a nodule, and you're communicating, and you're telling stories. I was beginning to tell stories, letting people in on things, and they don't know that I'm living in the mountains. They don't know who I am, and that it's very, very much a unique situation. Thanks for listening to that. I'm a city person. I mean, I'm full of civilization. Don't get me wrong. Eating my own hair. Aries rising. The idea is to um, make the edge of reality, which is now the edge of the universe. It's not a comfort zone. That's not a comfort zone. You have to stay awake and aware. And if you consider that a comfort zone, good for you. For the Aries, it is. I was just going to say, it's like, try the Aries' comfort zone. Will you please? It's called, you're ding, ding, ding. And now the boxing ring, you're like this. Or you just ran off a cliff and now your hang glider just kept you. Now you're like this. Ah. It's just now. Try 1, 2, 3, and dooch touch, dooch touch, dooch touch, dooch touch, dooch touch. You know what I mean? Drummer, here now, just do it. That's the fucking saying for Aries. Just do it. Just do it. Actually, you're not doing it, babe. It's, you're going to have to feel your wings catching you. But you're not going to get comfortable. That's not the word, babe. The word is you can relax into it. That's where people are misunderstanding when they say, the meaning of success is when you just end up relaxing. A lot of people just think, oh, that means you just lay flat and turn into a blob. No, you're on your hang glider, and it's not like this anymore. It's just like, it's your equilibrium. You're just, your equilibrium is not finding a comfort zone and staying there. It's relaxed into being unrelaxed. It's like water. You see what I'm saying? It's going to always find that level. It's aware. It's awareness. I hope you understand, baby. This is very real. People are getting they have been too much. Society has been broken down. They are weak. The weak is the trend, to be cowardice and fearful. And now it's just the norm. It says, no, you got to protect that. And there's a vaccine to help you with your strength also. And good. There is, to an extent, help that we can get, but boy, watch out in the United States. I know that I'm in need of some physical therapy or something. I need some, just the physical, the standard physical for when you're midlife crisis, I guess, and let's see what's going on. Really is stress related. Hard to overcome what I'm going through. Like, say, okay, so my brother. What was I to do? You can tear yourself apart thinking, oh, this is your fault, and everybody is dealing with this now, right? All of his close friends, like, oh, and they're looking at me, and now, of course, to just throw us under the bus. Shauna, you're a terrible person because Why? Because I don't know how to deal with my brother spot on perfectly correctly to the point where he didn't end up drinking antifreeze and he's sitting next to me on the couch right now. Come on, man, believe me. What am I supposed to do? I mean, I know, I knew that, okay, if my brother comes up, we can take care of each other. I need help. I am in the middle, babes. I'm in the middle of still trying. I call it my own intensive care. And if you haven't figured this out, that this is where we're heading, it's too late for a lot of people. If you're not in your own intensive care, then what I mean by too late is somebody else is doing that for you and you are fucked. You are handicapped somewhere. You are experiencing the spiral down that is terrible. We are all, like I said, with this equilibrium, just managing your balance. We are all, to live rightly is to remain buoyant in your awareness and always monitor, is this right for me? Is this the correct thing? Do I feel good now? How did I feel after that? Especially in our human relationships. I sometimes there isn't anything we can do when we're just surrounded by narcissists, right? They can make us sick. I know I'm experiencing shit. I'm going, oh God. Couldn't avoid letting toxic people into my life and mess it up a little bit. Not worth it. People are not real. And if you start attaching yourself to all of the drama of trying to be more real than just, well, what is the experience now? Hi, how are you? Very interactive. You should cherish this and you should know how to use your mind correctly, which creates a passage where good connection, it's good memories that are coming in and out. Oh, they were there like that, and I loved how they just were there for me or something. That was unexpected, and it rewires your mind. The narcissist is not doing that, man. They have a disagreement with you because they have already snapshotted you, and now you have to go through that, and they are going to discard you, and it's always this game of fucking superiority, and that's because they are on this low life level of power struggling. It's so different. Some people are living upside down with fear and backwards, and it's a whole different world out there, yes. And then there's other people that are still as natural as a child, that they don't really have that insecurity. They ask a question. You're not supposed to be fearful of asking a question, and you shouldn't think that you're going to get a weird answer that slaps you in the face and says, don't ever do that again. That takes time to ruin you. To take your self-confidence away, to take your natural ability to love and care and be curious, that's your natural state. You're ruined over here by the time you're some people, now it's fucking 3 years old.